Good afternoon, race fans. Matt Kovacic with Race Talk Live via Hop-Up Performance here at the Boone Super Nationals. Been fighting some technical difficulties, but we're getting you a show out here, so lots of excitement yet to come for the weekend. We'll talk a little bit about what happened yesterday, a little bit about what's to come today, and we've got a couple interviews on tap as well. So as far as what's to come today, we've got stock cars racing for the outside 10 qualifiers, the modifieds racing for their outside 10 or outside 8, and the Fast Shafts All-Star Invitational. To qualify for that All-Star Invitational, you've got to win a show that pays at least $1,000 to win. That is IMCA sanctioned, and then be voted into that. So that's a pretty big honor to even be able to get into that race. And so we'll see the qualifying for that today. As far as what happened with area drivers yesterday, we had some excitement, had some highs, we had some lows. Austin Carter won his heat race, which was good to see. Finally have a Kansas driver have some luck in the stock cars. In his A qualifier, he was rear-ended on lap 7, which cut a tire down. Had to go in and change that, and was on his way to making up some ground again when the left side spindle broke, and so he had to limp that into the infield, and that ended his night. Also, several local race fans are familiar with Tyler Iverson. He's come down to race with us a few times in Minneapolis and Hayes and Waukene. He broke a gear when he was running third last night and ended up 11th. Bruce Plamisto's had some luck, and we'll talk a little bit with him later on in an interview. I think now we'll go to an interview with Dave Murray Jr., talk a little bit about how his season's going and the new Dave Murray Racing. Good afternoon, race fans. Matt Kovacic with Race Talk Live here at the Boone Super Nationals. Talking to Dave Murray Jr. here. And Dave, you want to tell us a little bit about your week so far?
Well, I've had a few ups and a few downs. We've had a little luck come Wednesday in the heat race, and then I drew 26 for the redraw on the feature and didn't have too good a luck, got in a wreck and a flat tire, and then Thursday come and drew tail of the heat and didn't get out of the heat. So luck of the draw here is a big thing. Of course, everybody's got to go through that. So maybe today will be better.
There you go. How's the car working for you? Are you happy with it?
Car's pretty good. We've tried a couple different setups and got the car going pretty good. With the farming deal and early in the day and then the sun going down, you got to kind of stay on top of the track. So you kind of got to hunt the track a little bit. So it's kind of touch and go on that. But as long as the guy don't get that first 1 or 2 heat races after they farm it, it's been pretty good.
There you go. You want to tell us a little bit about the DMRs and how many you got out there? Just tell us about how that's going for you.
Okay, the DMR deal's kind of the car I designed with Belleville, and then they started selling them and build them there all on their own, and they got, I think, 43, 44 cars out now, and everybody's having pretty good success. A lot of first-time winners that had never won before won the first time in the car. So everything's going pretty good. We got some few updates we've figured out throughout the summer, and it's going on the new cars. So I think 2012 is even going to be a better year.
Very good. Have you? I know we haven't seen you a whole lot out at the weekly shows. Have you been spending a lot of time supporting those cars and just making sure that's going well?
Been a lot of time on the phone with them guys. Throughout. She's from Pennsylvania to Texas to Oregon. So. That's taken a bunch of time. We've been busy with other stuff, but doing a lot of R&D stuff with the cars and, hopefully improve them.
Good deal. Glad to hear you're getting positive feedback. We really appreciate BMS being a sponsor of the show, and we wish you and BMS the best of luck for the rest of the week.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you. That was Dave Murray Jr., and as you heard, he had some good luck and some bad luck, so still racing hard towards making it into the show, as are, I believe, all of the BMS drivers, so working hard to get those guys up front. We'll go back to a few highlights from yesterday. Jesse Richter and Team Extreme had a little bit of a rough go and got into a mishap yesterday. He said the car is bent a little bit, but they're going to do their best to get it back together and continue racing for the week and see what they can do with that. Morrison had a nice run in his heat race. He was second to Jay Notaboom, which is another BMS car and DMR car, and Danny Morrison ended up sixth in his B feature, so that keeps him pretty high in points, and I'm sure he'll have a shot at getting through a last chance there. So if you're a fan that's here in Boone listening, check out the Vendors Row. The National Midget Auto Racing and High Banks Hall of Fame is here with BMS at their booth, and they are selling raffle tickets for a 2012 BMS rolling chassis that's valued at over $13,000. So that'll be given away a year from now, so even the fans at home, you'll, I'm sure, see them at different races and events throughout the season and have your chance to buy a raffle ticket. As always, continue watching Hop Up Performance. Besides the live updates, we are working on some videos. We had a chance to get cameras on Brandon Blocklinger's car last night, as well as the 19 of Jimmy Gustin, who started, I believe, 24th in his 28th in his heat race, and or the feature last night, excuse me, ended up 4th. So past 24 cars, and we've got footage of all that. So put on a show for the fans, that's for sure. Matt Brack was in that same feature, and towards the end put it off the top, and not sure if that car rolled or we did get a chance to go down and look at it in the pits today, and wasn't anybody around to talk to about what happened, but it went for a nasty ride, but looks like they'll have it back out today, so wish those guys the best of luck. As I said earlier, we talked a little bit with Bruce Plemisto, and we'll queue up his interview here. He's having a pretty nice week. So. Afternoon, race fans. Matt Kovacic here with Race Talk Live at the Boone Speedway Super Nationals. Talking to Bruce Plemisto here. Been having a pretty good run, Bruce. You want to tell the fans how you've been doing?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I don't know, maybe I'm just having a little better luck here at home than being greasy. You know what they say, the squirrels are fast, so maybe it's a place for me. It's been doing pretty good. Had a little bad luck in our B main. The first night got black flagged with a little bit of fuel spilling out, so that kind of hurt my points deal. And so just keep chopping wood and try to get back up there so we can knock the fenders off and maybe get up front, transfer.
There you go. Well, looked good last night in your B main, following a pretty big name around here.
Yeah, Donovan Smith. Yeah, he was nice enough to loan me his carburetor yesterday. I'm running the 500 option, and my other carburetor wasn't working right, and he loaned me his carburetor. Then today I went to buy a new one, and that big old guy that's in his pits was like, "Hey, I've been looking for you. I need my carburetor back." You know, I was going to get beat up. So yeah, nice guys around here. You know, they help you out, get you going. I think they said there's 10 guys here with that motor option, and it works pretty good. Goodland Machine builds all of our stuff. They're in Goodland, and man, I think they're bigger race fans than they are workers, because you know, if you need something, by gosh, they go get it, and they're doing a good job. Their stuff runs good.
Good deal. You got any other sponsors you want to talk about?
Oh man, I got a lot of them that I like to talk about. You know, as far as I don't want to leave anybody out, so I just thank all of them.
I
you
understand.
Know.
I understand.
We got lots of family that came up, and I don't know. This is a good place to come. A lot of fun, a lot of good racing to watch. If you're not working on your car, you know, it's just a good time.
There you go. Well, sounds like the 500 carb option is about as good as anything. Say there's 10 cars running here, but I think there's several of them made the show. Mike Nichols and Dustin Larson's got it. So I think Keith White's still trying to get in, but he's got it. So
yeah.
There's a lot of good ones running with the big dog motors. So.
Takes a lot of gear. We're running a 7.0, and I think that's kind of average for that motor. I asked a guy over Wisconsin that came with Christians, and he said he's got a 7.0 turning 7,400. So we're in the ballpark.
Good deal. Good. Well, is there anything else you want to tell us about your Boone experience?
Oh, hell, no. I had to keep it family orientated.
Well, I know you.
My mom might want to watch.
You gotta concentrate here.
That's right. You know, don't want to blur my vision anymore. Can't find my glasses as it is.
All right. Well, thanks for talking to us, Bruce. The fans at home can listen to us here in a little bit on the radio, and
yep.
Just let them know to
check
it out.
Got your link on there for them. They appreciate you guys, you know, doing all your updates and
right.
Helping out with the radio broadcast over the internet.
Well, we'll talk to you later, and good luck, Bruce.
Thanks. See you later.
That was Bruce Plamisto again from Colby, Kansas, and Bruce is a good friend of the show and races several of the Western Kansas tracks. Just always a pleasure to speak with him. We'll try and hit some of the highlights as far as how some area drivers finished, but it's been a rough go for quite a few of the Kansas guys. So Jason Schoenberger's had some tough times. Ended up 12th in his B main last night. I guess a high spot for Jesse Taylor's actually from Colorado, but he races several of the Western Kansas tracks as well. He did finish first in his B main, so should be doing pretty good there in points. Kyle Vanover finished just out of the feature for last night, so again, looking at the high side of things, that's good for your points. So Eric Weir from Thunder Hill Racer, he finished 8th last night in his B feature. Let's see. Austin Carter, of course, we talked about. He did make the A qualifier, but broke a left front spindle. Fell short in that race. Nick Tubbs ended up 4th in his B feature, and Jeff Tubbs ended up 8th in his B feature. BJ Wagner 11th in the B. Mike Nichols finished 1st in the Race of Champions qualifier, so make it into that race. Brian Nail finished 5th in his B feature. A little better luck yesterday. It's like Brandon Blocklear finished 13th in the B, and still working at it hard. The last time we were over there yesterday evening, and they had changed the gear again, and we got some video footage that'll be coming up later from that car. Brandon looks good, just having a rough time with the draw, and luck's just a huge deal here. So as we talked about before too, Danny Morrison Jr. is doing well in points, but hasn't been lucky enough to make it in yet. Corey Lagroon did qualify for the Race of Champions last night, so that's another bright spot for the Kansas drivers. we've got tons of results here, but I'm not going to spend the time to read them all to you. They are all on the Hop Up Performance Facebook page. And if you'd like to sort through there, they are in order as they happen. So you can go and check out your favorite driver's results if you'd like to do that. Keep tuned in today, and we'll continue to post those results as they happen. Also, tune in tomorrow and try to make this show happen from the Tiki Hut RPM Speedway tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. This is Matt Kovacic signing off with Hop Up Performance and Race Talk Live at the Boone Super Nationals.